The first pickup truck was built in the year 1925. Since then, demand for pickups are increasing. But there are some hidden and rare trucks that were made before and after World War II, and now almost nobody knows them. So, here are some of the most rare and old pickups you've probably never seen before. The 1936 REO Speedwagon pickup is a classic piece of American car history, showing how trucks started to mix cool looks with being super useful. REO, which stands for the founder's name Ransom E. Olds, was a big deal in making cars and trucks back in the day. They were all about making sturdy and dependable vehicles. By the time the 1930s rolled around, REO was already known for making some solid trucks that could handle almost anything. The 1936 Speedwagon was no exception. It was praised for being tough and reliable, which was really important back then because the roads could be pretty rough and tough on vehicles. REO's trucks, like the 1936 model, were built to carry heavy stuff without breaking down. They had these big, strong frames and parts meant to last and handle big loads, which was perfect for businesses that needed to move stuff around efficiently and on schedule. What's cool about the 1936 REO Speedwagon is how it shows the shift from just making trucks that did the job to making them look good and run well. It was all about getting the job done right, while making sure the truck could last a long time and save money in the long run. This truck really represents how back in the 1930s they started to think about trucks not just as workhorses, but also as vehicles that could be designed with style and comfort in mind. This change in thinking helped pave the way for how trucks and commercial vehicles evolved, turning them into an essential part of daily life and work, beyond just being tools for hauling stuff. The 1947 Crosley pickup is a quirky little truck that comes from Crosley, a car company based in Cincinnati that made really small cars from 1947 until they closed in 1952. They actually started back in 1939 but had to pause because of World War II. The model we're talking about here is from the first year they got back to making cars, and it's got this cute rounded look that's similar to their sedans, just with a truck bed at the back. This particular model has undergone a comprehensive restoration and looks amazing. It was finished up in December 2018. Before the restoration, it had only been driven 24,000 miles in over 70 years and has only clocked in 220 miles since. It's pretty tiny, standing on an 80-inch wheelbase and sporting 12-inch wheels. Under the hood, it's got a 724cc four-cylinder engine that puts out 26.5 horsepower, so it's not winning any races with a top speed of about 50 miles per hour. It's more of a local runabout than something you'd take on the highway. Even though it might not be the best choice for hauling stuff, it's got a lot of character. It's been restored with a lot of care, right down to using the original types of nuts and bolts to keep it as authentic as possible. This attention to detail even won it first place at the Crosley Nationals in Ohio in 2019. Back in the day, Crosley cars were aimed at folks who didn't buy into the whole bigger is better thing that was common with American cars. By 1952, though, Crosley had to shut down after not selling enough cars, which makes any surviving models pretty unique and interesting, especially for car collectors. The 1948 Diamond T Model 201 pickup truck, fondly nicknamed the Cadillac of Trucks, is a classic American truck known for its exceptional build quality and durability. This truck stands out because it was designed from the ground up to be a truck, unlike other vehicles of the time that were often adaptations of passenger car designs. Diamond T, a company that started in Chicago in 1905, made a name for itself by focusing on trucks with high-quality components and strong construction from 1911 onwards. The Model 201, introduced in 1938 and built until 1949, is a prime example of their craftsmanship. It was powered by a sturdy Hercules engine connected to a Warner gear transmission, making it a reliable workhorse. This model was built tough, with a reinforced frame to handle heavy loads, hydraulic brakes for better stopping power, and a robust front axle for durability. It could carry a lot of weight, thanks to its design that allowed for a gross vehicle weight rating of 8,000 pounds. It even offered different wheel sizes to suit various needs, showing just how versatile it was. Not only was the Model 201 practical, but it also didn't skimp on style. It had a distinctive look with red paint and striping, and deluxe models before the war could come with chrome finishes and a fancy dashboard. After the war, it got an updated cab and optional chrome hubcaps, proving that trucks could be both tough and good-looking. The Model 201 was so loved that it stayed in production until 1949 with around 7,000 units made. It's a piece of history that ended when Diamond T was bought by White Motor Company in 1958, marking the end of its era. The Peugeot 203 is an iconic pickup that marks an important chapter in Peugeot's history. Launched in 1948, it stood out for its innovative engineering, stylish design, and the significant mark it left both in France and across the globe. Under the hood, the Peugeot 203 was powered by a 1,290cc engine, notable for its advanced over-square cylinder design and hemispherical combustion chambers. Initially, it churned out 42 horsepower, which was later bumped up to 45 horsepower in 1952 without sacrificing fuel efficiency or increasing the tax burden on owners. This boost in power pushed the car's top speed to 75 miles per hour, offering a fuel economy range from 20-35 miles per gallon, which was quite impressive for its time. The vehicle featured a gear shift mounted on the steering column, controlling a 4-speed manual transmission that sent power to the rear wheels. A notable upgrade in 1954 introduced synchromesh on all forward gears, enhancing the driving experience. The suspension setup, with independent front suspension and coil-sprung rear suspension, ensured a smooth ride and solid handling. The 203 quickly became a favorite in France, captivating the market with its practicality, dependability, and affordability. By 1950, production had increased to 200 units a day, and it captured a whopping 19.5% of the French auto market with 34,012 cars sold that year alone. Its success wasn't limited to France. The 203 also made waves in export markets, including West Germany, thanks to its excellent value retention, reliability, and fuel-efficient engine. The Peugeot 203's production run lasted until February 1960, cementing its place in automotive history. It was notably the first Peugeot model to be assembled in Australia, starting in mid-1952, which helped establish Peugeot's foothold in the Australian market. The 203's durability and fuel efficiency were put to the test in various endurance events, such as a remarkable Cape Town to Paris journey in 1953, where it covered 9,300 miles in just 17 days. Additionally, in 2006, to celebrate the 50th anniversary of the 1956 Ampol Round Australia trial, about a dozen Peugeot 203, along with other models, participated in the Peugeot 2006 Round Australia rerun. This event, along with its performance in the 1953 Redex Round Australia trial, significantly boosted Peugeot's reputation in post-World War II Australia. The 1940 Plymouth PT 105 pickup is a special piece of automotive history. Plymouth, which was part of Chrysler, introduced the PT series of pickup trucks in 1937. The PT 105 model was only available during the 1940 model year. Plymouth created these trucks as an option alongside those made by Chrysler. This was so that every Plymouth dealer in the United States and Canada could offer both Plymouth cars and another Chrysler product. The PT 105 came with a 201 cubic inch straight-six engine that produced 79 horsepower. It had a 3-speed floor-shift transmission that sent power to the rear wheels, allowing the truck to carry at least a half-ton of cargo in the bed. Despite its usefulness, Plymouth didn't make many trucks, making the PT 105 quite rare. In 1940, only 6,879 units were made. The truck found on Craigslist outside of Bozeman is evidence of this rarity. Although the original engine is still in place, it doesn't run, although it does turn over freely. The condition of the rest of the truck is unknown, as the seller hasn't provided much information. In May 2021, a restored original 1940 Plymouth PT 105 pickup was sold at classic auctions online for $17,000. Despite its rarity, the value of the PT-105 is not exceptionally high, making it a potential candidate for restoration or modification.